right, welcome everybody to the Final Fantasy 1 Spring 2018 Tournament Bracket Reveal. My name's Edgeworth, and I am here with Czar and Will. Thanks for sticking around after that marathon game session there.
So, as Edge has stated, we have the matchup for all 16 of the competitors remaining in the spring tournament shown here, and all of the matchups therein. So, I'm going to let Czar introduce this a little bit. Czar, you want to take off?
Yes, welcome all, and hope you all enjoyed that insane exhibition. Falconic's probably going to deal me another hell seed in the near future, but onto the brackets. So first thing of note is we have already had our first match within the brackets. That went down earlier today, and that match was between Splitpunched and Broadster. I suggest you check out the VOD if you don't want spoilers. I won't give any spoilers as of yet, but I will say that it was a highly contested match, and highly suggested that you check out the VOD. So it turned out that we had the bracket preview go down over on Randomizer, and now we will do the actual bracket show that we wanted to do in the beginning. Our number 1 seed is Monochi, and our number 2 seed is Salty Fry. They both finished with a flawless record of 5-0. And Monochi, obviously, is the league champion, co-league champion, excuse me. And it also turns out that Monochi is currently the MVP in the Fantasy Bracket League, as everyone is putting their faith in him to accomplish the memes.
I personally have picked Team Tyro to take us to the promised land, and plus Bismarck, but Monochi is no slouch, very much a favorite to win this whole thing. Always manages to come up with crazy finish times by testing the very limitations of what can be done with minimal resources and seat of your pants strats. So if you're looking for that brand of racer, Monochi's your guy.
Yes, and High Spirits will have a tall order against Monochi, as he has been seated against him. High Spirits, one of the more popular runners who has adapted FFR. Also, we'll be having a marathon for a fellow runner, RPG Chick, coming up in the near future. We will have FFR featured in that as well. So I know he's been practicing a lot. I don't think this is an automatic win for Monochi. I think that he would do all the practice as well.
Yeah, certainly. No, I don't think anybody in this tournament's an easy out whatsoever, no matter who they're matched up against. And High Spirits included in that list, even against the de facto number 1 in this tournament. High Spirits can still pull 2 wins out of 3 matches from Monochi. It is entirely possible.
Indeed, obviously would be an upset, but given the level of competition we've seen, I don't think that it would be that much of an upset. Monochi of Lufia Ancient Cave lore, and also known in the LTTPR community. High Spirits known in the DWR community and across a wide variety of online communities. So I think both of these runners have a lot of fans pulling for them.
Yeah, and of note, in their last 10 matches, Monochi has 5 wins and 2 second places, while High Spirits has 6 wins and 3 second places. So High Spirits has been on a bit of a tear lately in his games.
Highly anticipated match. Look very forward to seeing it. Moving on in our Blue Dragon division, we have X-Ice Blue, tournament admin, former second place finisher in the first FFR tournament. Now we have our fancy bracket reveal up. Thank you so much, Fizzle, for allowing us to get this image up. And X-Ice Blue will be facing Sforzando. Sforzando, known as one of our favorite commentators on the mic, always gives us good work there. Has been practicing a lot, performed extremely well in the Swiss stages, as did Ice Blue. This is another, really highly contested match. Very evenly matched as well.
Absolutely. Now, personally, Ice Blue he is my pick to win the tournament. It might be a little bit of a long shot according to some folks and according to seeding, but Ice Blue has shown himself capable of adapting to just about any circumstances in any seed, pivot quickly, and make the most of whatever's given to him. Sforzando, no slouch whatsoever. Sforzando has been around almost as long as I have and has proven himself against the best competition we've got in this field. Fully capable of playing a consistent match and pulling out 2 wins against Ice Blue.
Absolutely, and edgefigaro noting in chat that Sforzando did compile a 4-1 record instead of a 3-2. So our mistake there. But yeah, Ice known for running a variety of games, speed running. I enjoyed his new channel layout recently, and I'm looking forward to this matchup. I mean, wow, who do you pick here?
So this is a tough one because you look at the last 10 matches, Ice Blue has been on fire. He's got 6 wins, including the play-in race. So that would be my inclination. But Sforzando has been putting in a lot of practice in these bracket seeds, and never discount the value of preparation. So this is going to be a close one as well, for sure.
So to answer the question in chat, the L10 is last 10 races raced. And as you can see, like was just mentioned, Ice Blue been winning very consistently. And in a race against 15 other runners, coming in first place by I think a relatively sizable margin, several minutes, is impressive in its own right. And Ice Blue is capable of doing that at any time against any competition.
Yeah, Ice is riding a large wave of momentum coming into this stage of the tournament, so we'll see if he can carry that over and pull out a win against Sforzando here. So that will wrap up our Blue Dragon division, and I think we'll be on to our Zombie Dragon division next.
Yep.
Zombie D is the one for me. So also of note, if you need more information on exactly what's going on with the Final Fantasy 1 Randomizer tournament, we have the challenge page up in the chat now, along with our Discord for speed gaming and the Discord for FFR as well, and our tournament info with all the information you want on the flags, the runners, the schedule can be found on our sites.google.com there.
Perfect. So we're seeing the match between Fuzzy Mage at 4-1 and Bismarck at 3-2. Deceptively even match here. Bismarck on a mini tear of his own, 5 wins out of the last 10, 2 second places. Fuzzy Mage, however, probably one of the best newcomers to this game that we've got, aside from maybe High Spirits, and racking up 4 wins in the last 5 races, as you can see. A smaller data set to work with because he's that new, but proving full capacity to pull out some victories here.
Absolutely. Fuzzy Mage, one of the dark horses of the tournament, kind of came out of nowhere and compiled a 4-1 record. Bismarck with the extremely lucky win against me. He got through that temple. We know Bismarck will go high risk if he's up against a, favorite opponent. So I think that kind of gives him a bit of a wild card in this tournament. We really don't know what Bismarck might do.
Mm-hmm. I predicted that the winner of this will go to the Final Four. I actually have Bismarck in my Final Four. Fuzzy Mage, though, it's not an insult to him at all. I think Fuzzy Mage is fully capable of taking it just as far.
Yeah, I have been very impressed with how Bismarck has played in this tournament. There's definitely been a lot of improvement, and he's been putting in a lot of effort. Fuzzy Mage is a total unknown for me. I don't know if he's been practicing offline, but it's certainly impressive in his SRL record. So this is going to be a very difficult matchup to call, for sure.
Fuzzy Mage might end up being the me of this tournament. So we'll move along here to ichbinmiah, a stalwart of the community, and he will be taking on Arson Horse, another newer runner who has placed in 5 of the last 6 races. 4 of them wins, 1 of them second place. Maya racking up 3 wins and 1 second place in his last 10 runs.
Yeah, Arson Horse, obviously one of the dark horses, which is kind of ironic, because he does have horse in his name. ichbinmiah, our beloved tournament admin, also the main admin of the Final Fantasy League. Both of these runners are riding quite a bit of a momentum coming into this tournament. I think I kind of went with Maya here based upon the experience factor, but Arson Horse has a lot of fans who are pulling for him and has picked up the randomizer quite quickly.
So the interesting thing about this is Maya has been experimenting with a lot of diverse party formations. I've seen double thief out of them in tournament matches.
Oh, man.
It all really depends on. This may come down to how the matchup favors the different party members. If Maya just happens to bring a thief and first 3 levels of black magic are loaded, that could be his matchup. It's another close one. I keep saying it, but this bracket,
So many
stacked. Yeah.
And speaking of stacked, we're moving over to our Fun Police division now,
Oh.
and we have Clash of the Titans with Fuchsia Fantasy versus Edgeworth on the mic.
Mhm. I think I know who this Edgeworth guy is. Pretty familiar with him. Fuchsia Fantasy, obviously one of the top runners in the community, always makes a strong showing. Has 2 wins in the last 10 races. Edge, I see you have 3 wins and 4 second places, which means you're consistently finishing near the top of your races. Personally, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, definitely don't sleep on the win record. Fuchsia has been experimenting and doing a lot of practice races, and with that comes some forfeits, some do not finishes, but still at the top of the SRL rankings, despite throwing some forfeits out here and there and experimenting. So Fuchsia is a player to be reckoned with, and has certainly been putting in the work this tournament.
And I'm giving you the advantage here based on tournament experience, and basically also based on the amount of time you've been playing this. You've seen all the different variations of this game progress as the community's grown and as development has proceeded. So I think you've got a good sense of the intricacies of how the changes have affected gameplay, how it's affected the meta, being able to adapt from the black belt strats that we used to play to the fighter heavy strats, and you've proven that you've been able to adapt with no issue. Fuchsia has remained at the top on his own right, but I will give you the edge here, no pun intended, based on experience alone.
I appreciate the sentiment. This at the beginning of the tournament, I was just thinking, who do I not want to face in Swiss rounds? And Fuchsia was one of them. So, hey, I didn't face him in Swiss rounds. I get him in the bracket instead. How fun.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, both of these runners possess a very high level of execution and ability to adapt to the situation. I think even if they do run into trouble, they'll still have very solid finishing times.
Yes.
And we'll move on to our other aspect of the Fun Police bracket here.
We've got edgefigaro versus Tristal, and if you look at their last 10 records, it's 1 second place finish apart. Both of them have been on impressive tears lately.
There's nothing you can say about Tristal that hasn't already been said. He is a machine. He executes about as well as anybody in this. I would give the advantage here to Tristal, again, on the experience factor, but this is yet another one of those coin tosses. Either one of them could potentially win this.
Apologies for the audio issue, all. We should be back up and running now. edgefigaro has climbed to the top of the SRL rankings through kind of his, really efficient finishes. You can see here 6 wins, 2 seconds in his last 10. He's always near the top of the list when we seem to be racing. I watched him race recently, and I really like his routing, his decision making, and basically he makes no mistakes. So this could be one of the cleanest matches in the entire tournament. We know both of these runners are known just for their near flawless execution.
Yeah, I think out of all of the first round bracket matches, this is the one to watch. There's going to be some real close finishes here.
The Fun Police bracket, this region of the tournament, a lot of people are saying that this is the region that will produce the winner of the overall tournament, and it's not out of line to say that 4 of the best players in the entire community are in that bracket.
The old group of death.
Yep.
And that wraps that group up, and now we move to the Gas Dragon group with Splitpunched versus Broadster.
Yeah, I still have to catch up with some of the VOD on this. I know that both of these runners did pretty well with their league scoring today. And again, for the spoiler bees, go to check out the VOD. Broadster had a really good showing in the play-in race, taking 2nd place. Splitpunched at a 4-run record had probably some of the cleanest runs I think I saw in the Swiss rounds.
And these are 2 of my personal favorite runners, and they've always been consistent. I think this matchup, you're going to see some clean runs. I think Brat's a little more inclined to gamble than Split, and I'm giving Brat the edge in this match for that reason. He also did win the earlier match today between himself and Splitpunched, but that was a very close round. And that being said, you're probably going to see Splitpunched contend for the second one. I think this is going to go to 3. I see Broadster winning it, but don't be surprised to see Splitpunched pull it off. He's one of the best runners in the entire community. And again, from an execution standpoint, Split gets it done.
Yeah, I think this one might come down to what's the magic available, because I certainly favor Splitpunched in any of the seeds where you have to rely on sort of non-standard magic strats. You have to power level using Quad X or rely on double zap to get you through. Brack strats, Split's your man, definitely.
Well, we have been spoiled in more than one way this evening, so let's just keep it going. Why not? I'm looking very forward to round 2 of this.
Sorry about the spoiler, guys. I'm definitely drained. I've had a long day on and off the mic, so I apologize.
No problem, Will. We do appreciate you hanging out with us and sticking this one out with us. So I think I picked Broadster in this one. Broadster is my number 2 for the Fantasy League. I'm hoping to see him perform very well. He didn't let me down today. He got the full 2 points. He also attempted a little magic with his exit on Chaos 4, but it did not work. And we are on to our next Gas Dragon matchup, which is LordFizzlebeef versus Salty Fry, the number 2 seed.
So Salty Fry coming over from the Link to the Past randomizer community, where he's performed very well there consistently, and has certainly shown no problems in picking up the Final Fantasy randomizer as well. 5-0 record, definitely not to be trifled with, and I give him the edge in this matchup. He's also been performing very well in his last 10.
Salty Fry certainly has the advantage here. Fizzlebeef is capable of pulling off monumental upsets. It stands to reason that he could do this against Salty Fry, but Salty has been on a tear, been incredibly consistent, and nigh unbeatable in recent races. So in a heads-up match, I do give the edge here to Salty Fry advancing, but do not count Lord Fizzlebeef out. The same thing we said about High Spirits. Even though these are they're racing against the top 2 seeds in this tournament, they're both capable of pulling out 2 out of 3 wins in their respective matches. So keep an eye on this and really all of the matches. There are no lopsided matches in this tournament.
Well, these are all good runners. We saw Lord Fizzlebeef overcome a great deficit in the play-in race to qualify for his spot. So you know that he's going to want to continue on in this tournament, and he's going to be playing his best. Salty, 5-0, just has steamrolled his competition. Has had really good routing, really good luck, lots of practice. I mean, I think it would be a long shot to say that if Fizzlebeef won, it would be an upset, but again, anything could happen. You could run into that one gatekeeper. Sometimes it comes down to one piece of equipment even that could sway the matches. All of these bracket matches are cannot miss matches. Be sure you get in for all of them. And with that said, I believe that is the completion of our bracket. Yes, gentlemen?
Yes, so.
Yeah, that covers the round of 16, and yeah, each one of these matches is going to be. I can't wait to watch all of them. This is going to be some great randomizer action here.
So before we call an end to this, you want to throw some predictions out here on some of these matches?
I don't want to predict a single one of these. They're too close.
Czar?
My predictions are up at Challenge. If I had to go with some early picks, I would probably pick Brat, as he's got a win already. I feel pretty comfortable with my pick of Ice Blue and Swarzando. I picked Ice. Aside from that, I'm not going to say anything else.
Sure thing. I've got Ice Blue. I've got Bismarck coming out of the Zombie Dragon brackets. I've got Brat coming out of the Gas Dragon brackets, and I've got Edgeworth coming out of the Red Dragon, out of the Fun Police bracket, with Ice Blue and Edgeworth making the final, Ice Blue winning, getting revenge for his second place finish in the previous tournament. Go Team Tyro.
Oh man, so it has been a long night of FFR. I'm sure that our staff is just about ready to wrap it up here, so I'll ask for your final thoughts, gentlemen, and I think we can adjourn here.
This has been amazing so far. The Swiss round has been fantastic to watch. We've had a few 3-second deficit matches that, they came down to a 3-second difference in finish times. So some of those losses were skin of your teeth losses. And that's the kind of competition we've got here, because these are 16 of the best players in the community, all of them capable of winning against anyone else. So all of these matches are worth watching. No slouches available. And all I can tell you is, having played in one of these things myself, the runners love it as much as the viewers do.
Indeed, I have to agree. And final thoughts, Edgeworth?
Best of luck to everyone in the brackets. It's a stacked bracket this year. This is going to be a real fun match.
Indeed, the anticipation grows more and more. I had hoped to make the brackets, but given my position, I think I'll have more fun actually watching the brackets now. The pressure is off. So that said, I would like to give a big thank you to Speed Gaming this evening for accommodating us, for giving us an extra time slot. Thank you so much, Fizzle, Restream, runners, commentary, staff, everybody. Adi Durondak, Rick, thank you so much. Thank you, Edgeworth. Thank you, Will Bloodworth. Thank you, Will Cleosis, for being on the mic tonight and giving us all that extra boost that he gives us. And stay tuned to the Discord for the latest on upcoming exhibitions. I think our future exhibitions will be more focused towards the current flags which are in play for the tournament, so we won't run into something like we ran into tonight. But also big thanks to our devs. We love our devs in this community. They're working so hard to bring the randomizer up to newer versions, more options, more fun, and the direction it's been moving on is just so exciting, and we cannot wait to see more. So that said, thank you all so much for coming out and watching this evening, and until next time, Team Vorpal.
Tyro.
Team should have brought a black belt for this last match.
Team, I agree completely. Good night, everybody.